Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I 100% appreciate anyone who's here, anyone who's clicking on the video for 5 seconds and then immediately skipping or just clicking off the video. I still appreciate you, okay? I do, I really, really do. So on the last Celebrity Sunday, if you haven't seen it, we looked at every single house that Steph Curry has ever lived in and purchased, okay? Maybe not lived in, because we didn't look at his childhood home and but we looked at every home on record that he has purchased for his own personal residence. We looked at every single one. So if you haven't seen that video, you want to look at every single house that Stephen Curry has ever purchased to live in, go look at that last video, link in the description. And yeah, but upon looking and doing the research, we stumbled across this amazing property in Malibu. It's called Villa Esplendido. But we looked at this video.
This 13,000 square foot mega mansion is home to Golden State Warriors legend Stephen Curry and was purchased by Steph for $50.1 million back in early 2020.
But guess what? That is not his house. It has never been his house. In fact, that very house just recently sold for $32 million. So you say, Drayson, why does this matter? Why should we care? To be honest with you, you really shouldn't. But for me, I don't like the idea of misinformation being out there and people, I'm no hater. It's cool. That video that gave the wrong information got over 2 million views. But want to know what the other funny thing is?
This 13,000 square foot mega mansion is home to
perched high on the hillside where land meets sea, directly above the highly sought after Billionaire's Beach, lies Villa Esplendido.
They literally took someone else's footage and just did a voiceover. So I ask, should I start just doing voiceovers and just sitting there regurgitating information that I received from the channel or the video that I'm just ripping off anyway and just put my own voice to it? I mean, that doesn't seem very creative, but hell, if you could get a couple million views off of a video without having to do any research and literally just repeating what you hear in the tour video, hell, that's a whole lot easier than what I've been doing for less. So anyway, we're going to check out the actual video because I do think the property is marvelous. We're also going to check out the developer's website. They have another property that they are developing that is the sister property to this home. And we'll talk a little bit about exactly what happened. I can't explain exactly how the wrong information got out there, but this is the internet. Once somebody lies, the internet will find a way to try to make it true. There wasn't one single legitimate article that indicated that Steph Curry bought this house or was even a silent partner in the house. In fact, I'll just save the spoiler for you. The land itself was purchased by the developer for just shy of $8 million, okay? Almost 15 years ago. So I want you to understand, almost 15 years ago, the land was purchased. Then it was developed. Then it was put on the market for $50 million. It did not sell, okay? It did not sell. Like I said, it just recently sold for $32 million. So you mean to tell me that Steph Curry bought the house for $50 million and sells it for $32 million? Nobody in their right mind would do that. You just keep it. There's no point of selling it for almost a $20 million loss. So anyway, logically, it didn't make any sense at all. But anyway, we'll check out the actual video because I am interested in a high quality video. I mean, the guy that ripped off Eric's video, the quality was terrible. Like, if you're at least going to rip someone's video, at least get a screen recording that's like excellent, okay? Or at least rip the video. Okay, I'm not even gonna go there because that's just no. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. That's infringement. That's copyright infringement. Eric's cool. So, he does allow, like, if you want to do like a reaction, a lot of YouTubers are okay with you reacting to their video, but just blatantly stealing the video, the visual video, and then putting your voice over it. Personally, if I catch someone doing that, I'm putting out a copyright strike. I'm sorry, because that is expensive to get the film, to get the you know, on your schedule, to do all of this, and then just have someone just take your video and then do their own voiceover. I mean, that's stealing. All you did was just do a voiceover and then add clickbait. So it's like, okay, I could find a house with someone giving a tour. Let's say it's Enos. Enos gives a tour, and then I say, this is LeBron James' new house that he bought for 80 million. With no legitimate article, nothing. And people will probably actually watch that. That's crazy to me. But anyway, let's check out this house that Stephen Curry never owned.
Perched high on the hillside where land meets sea, directly above the highly sought after Billionaire's Beach lies.
Okay, funny thing about Billionaire's Beach, it is just a title. It doesn't mean that the place is full of billionaires. And I mean, it's great advertisement. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's great advertisement. It's great advertisement. It's Carbon Beach, and a lot of wealthy people live there. And you know, it's very far off the beat path, which means you're not going to get a lot of public, you know, like people that are coming to the beach, like, you know, the normal people that you would see. The beach is still open to the public, but you're not going to see the beach filled because it's so far off the beat path. There's not a whole lot of, you know, activities within like a few mile radius. So it's very secluded, given that it's a beach. So most of the people that you would see at the beach at Carbon Beach are going to be people that pretty much live in the area.
Villa Splendido. My name is Eric Conover, and I'm going to take you on a tour of this one-of-a-kind mega mansion in Malibu, California.
What's up, Eric?
The villa has 5 bedrooms, over 12,909 square feet, including a full-service spa and wellness center. Villa Splendido is listed exclusively by Douglas Elliman.
Hold on,
just under
was
listed
that?
Center.
Wait. Yeah, that's like a outdoor setup with the tub. Hello.
Over
can I click it?
12,900. The villa has 5 bedrooms, over 12,909 square feet.
I love it.
Including a full-service spa and wellness center.
Yeah, like see that this indoor, outdoor, and this is extremely private. You don't have like neighbors. This is on, you know, a few acres, like quite a few acres. I think it's 7. We'll look at the listing shortly after, but I'm almost certain it's 7. Or at least when I looked at it, which was about a week ago. Okay, I didn't recently look at this, so my bad for not having the facts straight. At least I'll admit when my facts are not 100%, like unlike some people.
Villa Splendido is listed exclusively by Douglas
awesome.
Elliman, asking just under $50 million.
Just look how private
now, if
that
you're
is.
already subscribed to my channel, you
I
know
thought it
that
was
in this series, we tour some of the most incredible luxury properties around the world. And we have some pretty crazy places coming up in future episodes, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. To enter Villa Splendido, you go through a private driveway right off the PCH. Now this is a dual gated entry, so there's double the security, and the property is 17 acres of land. You can see from this drone
17.
shot
I knew there was a 7 in there.
Property really is.
Okay, my bad.
Very windy today in Malibu. Entering through the front
I just remember
door,
the 7.
shut
Okay.
this so the wind doesn't blow the door open. Welcome to the main floor. It's interesting because the front of this house is very low key. It's very minimal design.
This is a villa.
There's a nice little walkway that leads you down with a fountain. And it takes you right into the front door.
I was going to say, it feels like a villa.
The first thing you see when you walk into this mansion is an expansive.
These views are insane. You're not overlooking neighbors because, I mean, you have 17 acres, so there are no neighbors. Like, you don't have to whisper. You can be as free as you want to be.
The view of blue. You just see the Pacific Ocean right through your living room. There are
Catalina
no walls
Island.
in this house. It's just
amazing.
floor-to-ceiling glass that opens up, indoor-outdoor living at its finest. This is the entertaining floor. Walking in, this is the main living area. You have a nice seating area. Then you walk over this way towards the left.
Straight line.
Yet again, another seating area. This fireplace is totally for the aesthetic. It doesn't give off heat, but it does change color. But the coolest thing, you walk over this way, and they call this the James Bond office. This is the executive desk. This is the place where you do your massive deals. I mean, the person who purchases this place is going to be a billionaire. You have your big meeting, and as soon
What makes it James Bond? Like, I'm so confused. Like, if it's going to be James Bond, make it a secret office that you wouldn't even know it was there. Maybe that's what the sliding doors are for. But I mean, that's easy to spot that they're sliding doors. Maybe if there was like something there where it could just be like blocked off, and you like think that it was just like a bookcase or something, and you know, it I don't know. It doesn't feel really James Bondy. It's a nice office though. Like, that view from the office is incredible.
As soon as you finish the deal, with the flick of a switch, your James Bond office opens up a hidden bar with all the top shelf liquor to have a nice celebratory toast to closing the deal.
James Bond isn't an alcoholic.
House?
I mean,
and another very cool
shaken,
detail
not
on that
stirred,
top shelf there are actually fossils that were unearthed when they were building this property, meaning that the sea level at one point was where we are today, which is just about 500 feet in elevation. And I think that's pretty unique that you have a piece of this land now displayed in your office. Now, leaving the office,
that's not the best feeling thing right there, is that this part of the land was in, you know, part of the ocean at one point. I don't know, that kind of creeping me out right there. Like, don't get me wrong, it would take several hundred years for it to change, but still.
We make our way into
the water's coming for you.
The theme of this mansion is opulent to the max. You have the glass table with seating for 12.
I like that.
Then along the far wall, you actually have a wine storage unit for 300 bottles of wine. And like I said, this place comes fully furnished. So all those bottles of wine come with this mansion, ready to move in. You could have your dinner party tonight if you wanted, if you're watching this and you want to buy this place. This could be you. From the dining room, we make our way to the centerpiece of the house. This is the atrium. We'll get to this a bit later. As you can see here, just this stairwell with this incredible lighting fixture. But like I said, a bit later. For now, let's head into the kitchen. This kitchen is custom to the max. Case in point, right here we have a custom food prepping station. Ice cream night, guacamole, you name it, you can prep it right here.
Wow. That is just some straight restaurant type stuff. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that. Not to just be built into like the main kitchen. Maybe a prep kitchen, a secondary kitchen, but a prep station as part of the main kitchen. That's actually creative. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, $50 million. It's kind of set up like a buffet. Well, maybe not necessarily a buffet, but like a taco truck. And you got some forks and some, you know, plastic knives and some spoons and, you know, some napkins over here. And then you got your salsa verde. Love me some good salsa verde. You got your, you know, regular salsa. You got, man, all sorts of stuff. Pico de gallo, you know, guacamole. Okay, let me stop thinking about food. Okay, I'm sorry. But that's what I see. But I mean, honestly, it's cool. It's cool, but I could see how some people would think of this as tacky. To me, I think of it as fun. And it's a cool feature. And for me, it's a cool feature. I like it.
Kitchen. We have the induction stovetop, huge space for making whatever meal you want for entertaining guests. The coolest thing about this kitchen
is, hold on, just looking at that is slightly different than what you would normally see, especially considering that this view that's, you know, going to be right behind you is just like so amazing. So I wonder if there's anything there. Well, I can kind of, you know, see from the reflection that there is openings here. but there is also something in the middle of this. But you would normally be used to having like the oven, right, and the stove in this situation to be parallel, and right here it's not. I don't dislike it. It's just it's different because you have that prep station that's right behind you with the oven. So it's kind of the reason why it's like that. And you know, it's set up different. I'll say that. It's not a bad thing at all. It's just it's different. Different doesn't necessarily make stuff bad, but yeah, I could see someone coming in there and turning this island around. I could just see it.
For making whatever meal you want for entertaining guests. The coolest thing about this kitchen is this window opens up entirely.
I love it.
So if you are living here, most likely you're not gonna be washing your own dishes, but if you are, you have the most incredible view of the Pacific Ocean right from your sink.
I guess you could just look over,
making our way down this far
see
wall
the
here,
ocean.
additional chilled wine storage. I mean, everything in this kitchen is top of the line. This home is so magical, there's even rainbows just throughout the home. I don't even know what's making this rainbow, but it's just there. It's there, and that's a good sign. Making our way back through this kitchen even deeper, we have the chef's kitchen. So if that kitchen out there wasn't enough,
This is gorgeous. This is a beautiful prep kitchen. I'm sorry. This is a very beautiful prep kitchen. The chef that comes there, you can invite a Michelin chef. That Michelin chef will be happy to cook in the prep kitchen. Like a Michelin chef would want to cook in your main kitchen. A Michelin chef will be more than happy to operate out of this kitchen. This is very nice.
If it wasn't impressive enough,
very nice.
Come back this way, you have the 6-burner stovetop, the pot filler with this nice marble backsplash. To top this off, we even have a legitimate restaurant refrigerator.
Come across as marble.
So large that you can actually go in your refrigerator. Don't lock me in here.
I think marble would be a waste of money.
But I've never seen that in a home.
But this place,
I think every home should have this.
Does have high quality finishes.
The place where you can wake up all groggy, come and have your coffee. Right off of the kitchen, we have the informal family room. I think it's a nice touch that makes this kitchen really feel like a home where you can have the cooking, the preparing, then the relaxing right next door to it.
Yeah, I like that.
So I mentioned that the first floor, the entry floor, was for entertaining. Let's head upstairs to the living quarters. Getting to the second floor, we have the option of taking the elevator or going up the staircase. Let's go up the staircase. Right off of the stairwell, we enter the master wing of this mansion.
Chandelier.
And the first thing you see is blue, Pacific blue, as far as the eye can see.
Unobstructed.
This is the kind of bedroom where you wake up, you walk out onto this terrace, and you feel like the king of the world. You are overlooking Malibu.
Holy moly.
You're over Billionaires
That's
Beach.
insane.
Walking into the master bathroom, you are greeted with the centerpiece,
which
is a massive soaking tub in the center of this bathroom.
I love it.
With views of the Pacific. You have dual floating vanities on either side. So if you have a home like this, you're going to have a closet that rivals most luxury showrooms, designed to show off all of your clothing items, your jewelry.
Moly.
It is seemingly endless. Leaving the master bedroom, we walk down to the guest wing of the mansion.
That was an espresso machine inside of the primary. You got me, bro. Hold on.
Down endless.
He didn't point it out.
The master bedroom.
Look at this. I know what that is. Definitely, this house has my heart. Okay, I would definitely do this. Like, I've seen this in quite a few different primaries, and this is one of the things that I'm going to put in every house that I ever do. I'm gonna put a nice cappuccino latte machine inside of the space, whether it's in the closet, near the closet, you know, like I'll make something happen. Okay.
Bedroom, we walk down to the guest wing of the mansion, where there are not one, but 3 additional bedrooms. Now, 2 of these bedrooms are connected by this outdoor space with views of the pool and the grass down below.
So Jack and Jill outdoor space.
All 3 of these bedrooms have fully customized bathrooms, and the 3rd bedroom at the end of the hall has a view of the mountains. And additionally, on top of all the guest bedrooms, at the end of the living quarters hallway, we walk out this door here to the guest house. The guest house is totally separated from the rest of the main house, meaning you have to walk outside to this nice patio area around this way. This right here is the guest home.
The garage, yeah.
It's complete with a nice living area, TV. It has a full kitchen, full bathroom, and one master bedroom. Just for your guests. The type of place where you put the in-laws, you put the cousin from out of town that you haven't seen in 10 years, just so they're still living in that comfortable lifestyle. They don't have to stay in a hotel. They can stay right here on your property, just outside of your house. Leaving the guest house, let's head back to the main house. Head down the stairs to the lower level, which is the wellness center.
Not just a guest house, a sick house,
Every time I walk down here, I have to just stop for a second because it is so impressive.
That is very impressive. He took the words right out of my mouth. This is impressive. This is what you want. This is such a vibe. This is whoever was in charge of the interior decorating for the basement level. This feels so incredible. Like, this is so exclusive to have all of your friends, your multimillionaire friends, I mean, anybody, okay? And this is way, way better than some club. I mean, this is freaking insane. I'm just like blown away by everything. Like, I've never seen something so simple done so well. This is hands down one of the best bars I've ever seen in my life.
This is like Tony Stark's design studio in Iron Man. Right in front of the stairs, you have this modern designed pool table. Off to the right, you have a full-on movie projector hanging from the ceiling. The most impressive part of this first room on the wellness floor is the bar looks like it is out of a high-end restaurant or hotel. This is the largest bar in a home I've seen in my entire life. I keep mentioning this, but this place is ready to move in right now, meaning everything that we're seeing in this room, all the staging, all the bottles of alcohol, the candles, every single thing is included in that $50 million price point. Down this hallway, we have the indoor jacuzzi complete with skylight. I keep saying I've never seen this in a home because this home truly is a one of a kind. When have you ever seen a jacuzzi that looks like it belongs in a world-class?
By the way, if you've never stayed at the Four Seasons in your life, I recommend staying at least 2 nights. Once. Okay? You owe it to yourself. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I promise you, you owe it to yourself. You don't have to worry about going on vacation. You could do this while you're still working. Go stay at the Four Seasons for 2 nights. Yes, it's expensive. Don't get the most expensive room. Get the room that's $200, $300. You know, find that rate that's $200, $300 a night. Okay? You don't need to spend $600 or $700, $800 a night. What you're going to the Four Seasons for has nothing to do with the room. It has everything to do with the facilities, okay, and the amenities of the property. Go do that. You owe it to yourself. If you're watching this, you made it to this point, you owe it to yourself, okay? In fact, if you're watching this right now and you share the video and, you like and you subscribe, I promise you that when we get big enough, okay, when we get big enough, listen to me, when we get big enough, okay, when I say big enough, I just mean to where the channel's monetized and we can make something. For every single time that I get a check from this, because I don't need the money from this, right? Every time that I receive a check from Google, okay, every single time, I will personally give away a night at the Four Seasons, and we'll do that. So that's a goal. That's a goal. If you're here, that's a goal that I have. I would like to give away whatever we can make from the channel. I would like to give that away to you for a night at the Four Seasons that's closest to you, okay? Because I promise you, you go stay there once, and it can be in your own backyard, and you'll feel like you're not even at home.
class spa in your home. Across from the jacuzzi room, we have the actual fitness center. Currently, there's only a few treadmills in here, but pretty much you could put any gym equipment you want in this room. And you know, some homes will have a massage bed and say they have a massage studio. This is a fully dedicated room with a multi-$1,000 massage table,
good.
complete
Like,
with an iPad at the bottom,
it's
so you can work, you can entertain yourself.
This is
while
purpose
you are
for
getting
that.
your full body massage. Additionally, down the hallway on the wellness floor, we have the large cedar sauna, complete with the steam room. The entire floor is dedicated for you to come down here after a long day
straight
of
out the Four
working
Seasons
and fully escape while being
modern
at your home. The most iconic part of this villa is the outdoor space overlooking the Pacific Ocean. We have all
turf.
this AstroTurf out here. I mean, just look at this behind me. It's one of those
it looks
examples
like turf
where words don't even do this justice, how beautiful this property is. And this right here, you can't really put a price on. But if you could put a price on it, it'd be close to $50 million.
It's 50. They did put a price on it.
Wouldn't be complete without the infinity pool. And all the way at the far end of this outdoor space,
like they already
actually have
put
the
a price
outdoor
on
kitchen, which is complete with a pizza oven. Like I said, we're right above the iconic Billionaire's Beach. So instead of going down to Billionaire's Beach, we have our own private white sand beach right off of our infinity pool. So you don't even ever have to leave the villa.
Okay, this is both a nice touch and very unnecessary and borderline weird. Okay? It's kind of like this weird combination where it's like, you know what, that's cool, but you're so close to the beach. Just take a golf cart down to the beach. And you know, like, you don't need it to do anything else. So the reason why I said it's both cool is because you could use it and it does feel like a vacation, right? The reason why it's borderline weird is because why would someone need this? Why would someone do that? Like, it's such an odd thing to have. But it's all of those things. So it really just depends on how you're feeling. Like, one day it could be cool, one day it could be weird, you know. You know, and just so you know, the wind will be consistently blowing away. Now, it's not very windy here in LA or Malibu, for example, but it doesn't mean that sometimes we don't get gusts of wind, and those gusts of wind will blow your sand away. It'll blow it into the pool. So thinking about stuff like that, I personally would not like the sand, but I can understand why it's there. But yeah, just go to the damn beach.
So comment down below your favorite part of this Malibu mega mansion. I want to thank you again for watching. And with that, I will see you in the next episode.
Thanks, Eric. Sorry that one guy stole your video and then just did a voiceover. I mean, the guy even said that it was a James Bond office.
Around to the left from the fireplace is the James Bond office.
And they called this the James Bond office. On that top shelf there are actually fossils that were unearthed when they were building this property.
And there are even fossils displayed that were found when the house was being built.
I mean, and he did it so shamelessly. He literally just almost word for word. Almost word for word. Should I do that? No, I would never do that because I'm original. I could never be a carbon copy of anything. I could never copy someone's stuff. If it's not coming from me and my gut, my expertise, my talent, my knowledge, then it's just not meant, okay? It's not gonna happen, okay? But anyway, as you guys can see, like I mentioned earlier, the place recently sold just a month ago for $32 million. Again, we don't have to be experts here, okay? Just use common sense. Would you be willing to lose $18 million? in any shape or form? I don't think so. But yeah, the place sold for $32 million. And to be honest with you, I think that, you know, that's not a bad number to you know, for what it is. Yes, there is more expensive, you know, properties in Malibu that are not far from this one. But considering that this was relatively built on an undeveloped portion of the canyon or mountain, you know, I mean, you got to make your own comp, essentially. And $30 million technically is not too far off from what other places that are on the mountainside, you know, where it has these amazing views, where you get it, right? Now, one negative about this place is, especially if you're like a celebrity, you're not going to have like the most amazing privacy. Of course, you have 17 acres, so you know that stops people from being able to build right next to you, build right in front of you, build behind you. Like, you have amazing property privacy, but you know, you're out in the open and everything's not hedged off. So if it was hedged off, okay? If it was hedged off, or there was like a bigger gate, I would feel like this is more secluded and this would be perfect. And there's no telling, a celebrity may have purchased this. I looked at the record. It's currently purchased by an LLC. I didn't go any further than that. I, you know, try to look to see if there was any, you know, news from The Real Deal or Curbed, which are both reliable resources when it comes to real estate sales in general, not just celebrity properties, but in general, a lot, you know, big purchases, they do report those. So, you know, that's a legitimate news source for something like this. But I didn't see anything necessarily. So, you know, it might be a little too early to tell. Eventually, these things do kind of develop and the information will come to light, because some people do their research. Like, they pay people to do the research. I'm not getting paid to do the research, so I'm not going any further than what I went. But I love you, so I went this far to come look at the listing. Again, we know that it's 5 bedrooms, 9 baths, and, you know, one of those bedrooms would be a part of the guest house, which again was amazing. And yeah, I mean, look, if you wanted the most amazing views that you could possibly get, this delivered. Okay, this 100% delivered. It was developed nice. It's not like a crazy out in the open build. There was nothing about it that was, you know, architecturally significant. It's just a very nice modern that's well thought out, with lots of amenities. I mean, if we're talking about amenities, this was a 10 on amenities, right? I could grade the property, but I'm not in the mood, okay? I'm sorry, I'm not in the mood. We'll get back to grading properties in the next coming week, okay? I promise, we'll get back to it. But 100%, the amenities are through the roof. Okay, through the roof. That bar down there was amazing. The whole setup, where it just feels like a resort. The only thing that I didn't see that probably is there is robes that are specific to the property. At least I hope they went that far, because I mean, the detail is so great that they had to, right? I think that if they didn't do that, that was a missed opportunity. Like, every time you show the property, you just give someone slippers and a robe. I'm giving away too much of my great ideas. But personally, if I was selling a property like this, anybody who's watching that is in position, I know my hair looks a mess, but trust me, I'm very professional. I have amazing ideas and I work my ass off. Okay? I would have greeted everybody with slippers, maybe, you know, some sparkling water or mimosa, depending on, you know, the mood and the vibe, glass of wine, but definitely robes and slippers, so people immediately translate the feeling of what it likes, you know, what it's like to live at a property that essentially is a wellness home, right? That's what I would have done to sell it, and it probably would have got you closer to 40 million. I should probably call this developer and tell them that. I will do that. But anyway, speaking of the developer, let's look at the developer's website. So right here, we have the developer's website, and this was the owner who transferred the property to the individual or entity that purchased the home for $32 million. As you can see, with their current ventures project, they need to kind of update the website. This is the house. This is literally the house that we just looked at. So this is complete proof that again, this is not Steph Curry's. This was never Steph Curry's house. Like, why would Steph Curry have a website for this house? I mean, you make it make sense. But anyway, you see it says it was fully furnished, 50 million. This was, you know, again, via Splendido, right there, Carbon Beach, lots of undeveloped land. You can see that there's other properties, like I said, that is in the mountain that kind of is very similar. But yeah, the closer you are to the beach, the more expensive it is. Like, because this is so far away from, you know, the early access to Malibu per se. Like when you get into Malibu, you know, it's like you have arrived. And once you arrive there, that's where you're going to see a lot of different stuff like restaurants, things of that nature. When you keep going, because, you know, Malibu is from, going along PCH is 20 plus miles. So that's a lot of ground to cover, 20 plus miles of scenic ocean. You know, if you're familiar with the sign, you know what that reference was to. But yeah, I mean, again, this was excellent. Look, James Bond inspired office. Okay, I mean, I guess it could make sense. Maybe if there was an office from James Bond that I'm not, remembering. But this house hit on so many different levels. But what I was really interested in was this house right here that the developer is working on, which is the sister property to this place, which is gonna, I wonder if this is up for sale or not, or if it was up for sale. Let me look at that real quick. It did end up selling for 38 million. So this was the comp, because this one sold first. This one sold in 2022 for 38 million. So, it's kind of what the comp is. Again, 17 acres. This one is deeded. Were they both deeded to the beach and the tennis club? All right, so both of them, that's a feature that I didn't know, both are a part of an exclusive club that's nearby. That's actually a really nice exclusive selling feature. But yeah, when you're talking about 17 plus acres between both of these, like I said, this is the sister property. It's far enough away, but this is pretty much your neighbor, okay? It's pretty much your neighbor. And they have like the sand there. It's kind of like something they were going for. I mean, I get it, okay? I get it. But this one also had a James Bond office. They really love James Bond. But this one, I like the way this one was designed a little better. Maybe we'll look and see if Eric looked at this property, but it has some similarities for sure, but it's definitely different enough. It has a little, this has a different vibe to it. Like, this is a salon here. Like, yeah, I want to check this out. We'll see if there's any, press for it. Oh, there is. So we'll look at it. That'll probably be our next video, but we'll look at this one. And but anyway, like I said, this was never Steph Curry's house. Okay, that was the point of the video. This was never Steph Curry's house. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, I hope you learned something. Not really sure what you may have possibly learned, other than I'm a hater, because I couldn't just let people associate Steph Curry with the house. But Steph Curry is a winner. Steph Curry's not going to lose damn near $20 million to sell a house in Malibu that he, barely lives in with, anyway. I'm also a hater for exposing the guy who just decided to copy and paste Eric's work. Like, all he did was use pretty much the B-roll footage from Eric and Look, you know what? People repost stuff all the time, and that it's all fine and dandy, but me personally, it's like, bro, at least, at the very least, because you see what I'm doing. What I'm doing is, I'm giving my opinion on something versus just saying, right here, when you go, there's this James Bond office, and this is like straight out of a Bond movie. And once you hit the button, boom, there goes a bar. And then you have all these fossils and such that were dug up when the property was being constructed. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Personally, that makes me feel weird. I'd rather just give my opinion on stuff, because at least my opinion is my own content, or whatever you want to call it. It's the opinion is my own. The opinion is not based on anything other than my own beliefs and my own knowledge. So I'd rather do that than copy and paste someone else's work. Because Eric paid for that. I know how much it costs to film a video, because I do it myself for work. I spend thousands of dollars to get a marketing video for a property to sell. And we're talking about just a 5-minute clip, okay? When it's all said and done, to show a property. Okay, now I haven't done any house tours. I just get someone to go do it, and I'm not in the video. I might do a quick voiceover, but I've never done like a home tour, and I know I can, and that's more expensive than just doing the video that I get for solely marketing along with the photos. So anyway, that's where I guess it kind of bothers me. I know I probably shouldn't care, because I'm pretty sure Eric is, he's over it. He didn't strike the guy's channel down. Maybe he did. I don't know. But there's no way that could be fair use. That's stolen property. In my eyes, that's stolen property. But I hope everyone is prepared to have an amazing weekend. Okay? Don't forget what I said. Put this in your plan before the end of the year and for every year. Okay? Stay 2 nights at the Four Seasons. 2 nights at the Four Seasons at the cheapest rate they got in the cheapest room they got. Okay? Please, you owe it to yourself to do that at least once. You can do it while you're working. Okay? You can do it while you're working. Trust me, when you come from work, you'll be happy that you're at the Four Seasons. And you have no idea how much everything will kick in. You'll realize, damn, I am glad that I stayed at the Four Seasons for these 2 nights. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. Trust me. And like I promised, when we get to a certain point where the channel is monetized and there's enough to cover the cost of 1 night at the Four Seasons, or even 2 nights, it all depends. But I would love to give as many people a night at the Four Seasons as possible. So right now we'll just stick with the goal of being 1 night. We get there, I'll give away 1 night at the Four Seasons to anybody and everybody. Okay, that's my promise. Anyway, hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you, of course, on the next one. What else would I do? Where else would you see me? If you see me outside, doing something, don't hesitate to say hello. But it'll be more likely that you see me on the next one. Peace.